So at the beginning of the story, a man in a bar is looking for a girl named Silverbill. This girl is a spy, and this man needs her help to find her son Kihoon. This spy Silverbill is no one else but Cheo K, which we had seen in the last season. A lot of time has gone into the story, but Cheo K is still so young because Najin monster ran into her body in the last season. Whose strength kept her young till now. And apart from this, there were other superpowers too. In other words, she is some percentage of Najin monster and trying to hide her old identity, so she has changed her name. Well, the scene cuts and we see a biker chasing a man who in the end becomes successful in killing a biker by causing him to have an accident. When he takes off his helmet, it turned out that this was none other than Taesang, our hero. And this was a flashback scene where Taesang is now shown to be dead. Now in season 2, we meet his lookalike Hojai. Hojai is also a spy like Cheo K and works for Yongkai. Yonggil is Taesang's friend's grandson. Hojia comes to a hotel to investigate a case. But by mistake, he went into the wrong room. He went there and found Kihoon dead. Kihoon is the same person whom Cheo K has to find. It was seen in the flashback that some people are after Kihoon. He came to this hotel and hid himself, but people were after him to kill him, have come here too. We aren't shown the man who killed Kihoon, but was definitely saw that the person who killed him had tentacles instead of hands. It clearly meant that the man is a Najin monster. On the other side, the police also arrested Hojai, because after getting the news of the murder, Hojai was in the same room by the time the police got there. He was accused of the murder in this way, because H. works as a personal investigator. The police already knew him. He assured the police that he had gone for some investigation, but the police asked for proof. The police inspector told him, "Okay, I will give you the time. You can catch the real killer within 10 days, find him, and I leave you." During the investigation, the police also found that Kihoon is the man who died, was a guard of Jianxiang Biotech Company. Now, we see the Jianxiang Biotech Company's building. This institute was made inside the Jianxiang Hospital. In the previous season, Najin monster was made there. Then by forcibly putting Najin monsters inside the prisoners, they were made monsters. Kihoon's dad, who is very saddened by his son's death, he gives the investigation of his son's death to Cheo K. Now Cheo K and Hojia both are looking for killers. In the hotel footage, Cheo K sees Hojai. She thinks him a killer and starts following him. The same thing happened with Hojai. When Hojai looked at the footage to find the killer, he sees Cheo K and he considers her as a killer. Now he wanted to go after Cheo K too, and also wanted to investigate all this case. While Yonggil, his friend, doesn't want to help him in this all. Not only he wanted to distance himself from the matter, but also wanted to keep Hojai away from this as well. But Hojai had to do an investigation to save his life. Yonggil remembered the promise he made to his grandfather, and he goes with Hojia. Yonggil has an investigation about Cheo K. He gets to know that Cheo K looks at the sunset on top of a building every day. Hojai goes after Cheo K from there. While at Cheo K's house, we got to see that the killer entered Cheo K's house to search for it, where he got the pictures of our hero Taesang. And he was shocked to see them. The scene cut and came back to Cheo K and Hojai. Hojai attacked Cheo K, and she also fought for her defense. Both of them fought for a long time. When Cheo K suddenly saw Hojai's face, I don't know what happened to her. She hugged him and started crying. After seeing this, Hojai also had strange feelings. As if he knows this girl, he has a deep relationship with this girl. He too was surprised to hear Taesang's name from Cheo K's mouth. We are again shown Jianxiang Biotech Lab, where the doctors are still doing experiments on humans. It can be seen that a patient was left in the cage of the Najin monster. What happened to that patient was not shown. But the scene cuts and we are taken to flashback. We see Cheo K again. It is shown how Cheo K got infected by her mom's Najin virus. She too became a Najin monster. When she regained consciousness back to the human condition, she was found among the dead bodies. The children were also there, begging her for their lives. She gets scared, and when she runs away from there, she finds more dead bodies on the way. She realizes that she is the one who killed them all. Knowing this, she has gone back to her home in fear. After some days, it is known that Korea gained independence from Japan. That is why Taesang was very happy. Cheo K comes to Taesang. She wanted to meet him too, because she knew she was a Najin monster. She was afraid that she might harm Taesang. Without meeting Taesang, she distances herself from him. The scene shifts back to the present, where Cheo K meets Hojai. At this time, she thinks that Hojai is a killer, but he removes her misunderstanding that he is not a killer. Cheo K already knew, because when she saw Kihoon's dead body, there was a hole in his eyes and his brain was missing. Only Najin monsters used to eat the brains. Cheo K understood that the Najin monster is the one to kill him. But she doesn't get how after so many years the Najin monsters are back. And how are they killing humans so fast now? Hojai tells Cheo K that I also have to find the killer. Let us both solve this case together, but Cheo K refuses it at this time. Cheo K has called Hojai as Taesang many times. He was confused as to who Taesang is. He went home and asked his friend Yonggil, do you know Taesang? By hearing this name, he was so confused, as if he knew a lot of things but wanted to hide it. When Cheo K reached home, she also saw that the sketch of Taesang was no longer in her drawer. She was very upset and she understood that someone had come to her house and was following her. Now the killer, who stole Taesang's sketch, came to Madam Na, Cheo K's boss, and tells her to do an investigation about Taesang, who has been missing for the past year. Madam Na handed over the task to Cheo K, and as soon the killer got to know this thing, the killer killed Madam Na without thinking anything. In the same way as he killed Kihoon. The body showed that there was a hole in her eye, and her brain was also missing, i.e. this killer was a Najin monster. Cheo K had come outside Madam Na's bar. She saw the killer, and now she is trying to follow the killer to catch him. Later, we are shown that Cheo K is also chasing them, because even when he was talking to Detective Nu. He received the news of Madam Na's murder. Madam Nu, at that time, was showing him the pictures of those murders, which were shown in the same way. It means they all were killed by a Najin monster. Finally, Cheo K was successful in catching the killer while running. She was looking at the killer, and the killer realized that Cheo K is also a Najin monster. Knowing that, he can't leave Cheo K alive. He stabs his tentacle in Cheo K's stomach and tries to kill her. Before Cheo K dies completely, Hojai came there at the right time. Seeing this, he stood there shocked and worried. The killer ran away from there, and he brought Cheo K to the hospital at the right time. Cheo K's bracelet is left in Hojai's hand in the hospital. Hojai wanted to meet Cheo K, but Cheo K went out from the back gate after getting treatment. The scene cuts from here, and we see the chairman of Jianxiang Biotech Company, who is quite angry at Xiangzhou because he has done a lot of murders. That is, the name of the killer is Xiangzhou, and he has a deep connection with Jianxiang Biotech. The captain beats him up a lot to convince him to stop murdering, in response to which he asks a new question: is Taesang still alive? It is seen here that Hojai came to another lady to get information about Cheo K. The old lady called him Taesang after seeing him, and he was surprised. He asked her who is Taesang. She changed the topic and said, "You are also very open-hearted like Taesang, and your office is also above Taesang's old store. That's why the name came out of my mouth." Inside the biotech company, we see that the chairman is scolding Captain Kuroko because what he has experimented on is out of his control. The chairman threatens him that if you do not bring it under your control within some time, else we will have to replace you. From the flashback, it is revealed that the Jianxiang company had implanted the Najin monster inside Captain Kuroko, so that their company continues to run. Here we see that now Hojai has come to his friend Yongil. He is asking questions about his past, as he doesn't remember anything about his past except for last year. He may have had an accident. Yongil told him that it is good if you don't remember your past. It was all very scary, you just live today. Those people were still talking. Their door knocked, and Cheo K came there to find the killer with Hojai. Who was actually Xiangzhou. Xiangzhou was hiding all the stuff that he had taken from Cheo K's house. In Xiangzhou's drawer, we see the picture of Myongja, Lady Meda's husband's wife. Lady Meda, in hatred, implanted the Najin monster inside her body. When she was pregnant and when her son was born, her Najin monster was shifted to her son. It means Xiangzhou is the son of Myongja. Yongil is shown to have a call from a lady named M. She is an old lady and her face is not revealed. Who is she? And what she wants from Yongil will be known later. While on the other hand, we see Cheo K, whose condition is very bad. At this time, she was wounded. Whenever Najins are wounded, then they need human brains to heal them, before she could hunt down any human. Keeping control over herself, she came back to her home and inject some serum inside her that makes her feel much better. After she regains consciousness, she notices that the bracelet given by Taesang is also missing from her hand. She reached Hojai's home for the investigation of her case. In Hojai's house, we see that Madame Nu has turned on a microphone while talking. As these two started talking to each other, Madame Nu heard, but this did not benefit Madame Nu much, because both of them are talking in code words. Cheo K tells Hojai that you should call on Madame Na's number. Because this time, Madame Na's cell phone is with the killer. We see the killer, that is Xiangzhou, in the lab, who is wandering around the office of Captain Kuroko. And this thing makes Captain Kuroko angry. Well, Xiangzhou receives someone's call in the meantime. It was the Hojai on the call who fixed a meeting with Xiangzhou. At this time, Cheo K was also with him. These people decide to meet the killer together. All of their conversation that Madame Nu is listening to, she too had decided to follow them. In the evening, they along with Yonggil reached the mentioned place of the killer, Seongjo. They had some strange vibes here. Before they could think of something, a lot of Najin monsters attacked them. That is, the killer had called both of them as a trap here. Before Yonggil comes to help them, Seongjo comes in front of them and stops. Cheo K wanted to fight all these monsters inside the building, but she does not want to tell her truth to Hojai. So she pushed Hojai first and threw him down from the building, so that she can fight after being free. As soon Hojai falls down, he finds Yonggil faint, and he sees Seongju as well. He asked him about the murders he had done. They begin to fight in the meantime. Hojai is being beaten up because there was a Najin monster inside Seongju. It is seen that the monsters have made Cheo K unconscious with nitrogen and brought her down, where Seongjo stabs Cheo K with his tentacles. Seeing this, Cheo K gets a vision at the time when her mom stabbed her by monster. All this actually happened with Taesang as well. And this clearly means that Hojai is none else but Taesang. It is obvious that he is still quite young. At this time, all the people who are young, just because of being infected by the Najin monster. Does Taesang has the virus inside him? Is he also a Najin monster, and OW this Najin monster come inside him? This whole story will soon be revealed. Before Seongju kills Hojai, he sees a mark on Hojai's neck. Looking at which, he got confused and started going from there. He knew that as much as he had hurt Cheo K, the monster inside her wouldn't leave him alive as well. The injured Cheo K was in a very bad condition due to hunger, and she immediately needed a brain to heal herself. She starts running away from here to avoid any murder. Hojai quickly goes and hugs her, because now he remembers his past memories. Cheo K told him to stay away from her. Suddenly both of them fall unconscious. When Hojai regained consciousness, he was taken to the hospital. Madame Nu was also there in front of him. Madame Nu tells him that according to the police, Yonggil is attacked in a murder attempt, and the blame goes on Hojai and Cheo K. There is a print of the two of them over the existing objects. As soon as Hojai learns that Yonggil's health is quite bad, he insists on meeting him. He was not allowed to meet anyone. The scene cuts and we see that the chairman of a biotech company is sitting with the old woman and giving her the details of her experiments. While outside a woman is standing there listening to all this. The police were also still on the murder side, where they found a nitrogen can with a label of the Ginseng Biotech. The police tell Madame Nu to discharge Hojai and bring him to the police station. But before this, Seongjo reaches Hojai and tells him about Cheo K. Who was enslaved in the basement of Ginseng's building. According to Seongjo plan, Hojai leaves the hospital and reaches Yonggil to ask him why he was knocked unconscious by hitting me with a bat. Who did this all to you? Who is Cheo K? All these questions been roaming in his mind. Yonggil tells him only one thing, that you don't go back to your old life. Before he says anything else here, the doctors come and Hojai has to go because of this. The scene is cut and we are shown Ginseng Biotech Lab, where Cheo K's scan has been observed. One thing in the scans of Cheo K and Seongjo were different and matched each other. The Najin virus of both of them was in the backside of their minds. Mostly, the Najin virus occupies the upper area of the human brain. This meant that these people got very mature Najin viruses. The thing we know is that both of them got their Najin viruses from their moms. We see Cheo K locked in a cell. A man named Jeongyuk's cell is near to her cell. The boy tells her his story that he has come here in greed for treatment and were told that they will be given water to drink. 1000 yens will be given to everyone's family as soon as they drink it. There was a large amount, and if the experiment becomes successful, then all these handicapped people will be completely fine, normal. Jeongyuk said that in front of him, all his companions died, and he survived and was brought here and imprisoned. Cheo K looked at him carefully. There was also a Najin virus crawling on his neck. Seeing this, she trembled with fear that these people are still doing experiments on the Najin monster. We see that Hojai is now back at home. He found a picture in the luggage of Yongil in which he was standing. He was accompanied by Yongil's grandfather, Yontai. He was surprised to see this, and he started remembering my old memories. He started missing his old team. And suddenly, he felt there could be something behind this wall. When he removed the wallpaper, there was really a whole shop behind him. This is Taesang's old shop, in which he used to buy and sell people's valuables. He got a lot of his fake IDs and one of Cheo K's old posters. In the first season, Cheo K had fled after committing a murder. Now before he recognizes everything, Seungjo reaches there and a fight starts between them. These people were fighting, and Madame Nu also came here chasing them. But Madame Nu was not able to get hold of these two. They might had fled somewhere. Seungjo took him to a big tank. We are shown Najin virus moving inside this tank. He tells Hojai to go there and be like before. The scene is cut and we are again shown Jianxiang Biotech Lab, where Captain Kuroko is now with Cheo K. He told the whole truth to Cheo K that this lab is still old and doing the same work as before. That means it is experimenting with Najin. And its founder is none other than Kato and Lady Meda. This time, the chairman is Kato's son. After that, Cheo K was picked up and brought to Lady Meda. We see Lady Meda behind the old woman, who is as young and beautiful as before. Although her whole face was burnt in the bomb, even her body was burnt. But Kato had promised to fix her. By seeing her young, we can understand that Kato has inserted Najin virus in her body. Because she is still young, beautiful too, and has many superpowers too. The scenes go into flashback. Some scenes after season 1 were shown. When Lady Meda is well and she goes to Taesang again to try to be friends with him. She still loves Taesang, but he rejects her love. He asks her to go back to Japan. On hearing the refusal, Lady Meda can't control herself. She got very angry. She got all the companions of Taesang killed. She attacked Taesang with her tentacled hands and made his condition bad. Then a Najin virus was put inside him as well. That was the reason that Taesang was still young. He is also living with his fake ID like others. But some time ago, because of the accident, he had forgotten his old life. These scenes shift to the present, where Cheo K does not know the truth about Hojai. But Laddu Meda tells her that actually Hojai is real Taesang. After that all, Cheo K is taken to the tank of Taesang. There was a Najin virus inside the tank, and Taesang was put inside that tank. Cheo K wanted to stop him. She was screaming loudly, but Taesang can't hear her voice. It was seen that Najin virus has again gone inside Taesang. It is the SAM virus, and as soon as it enters his brain, all the memory of Taesang has also come back. After the accident, this Najin virus has come out of his mind. He has lost his memory as a side effect. His memory returned, and he remembered everything. We see that Seungjo, on the pretext of fighting Taesang, give him a way to meet Cheo K. While fighting, Taesang came in front of Cheo K. But Taesang by mistake stabs Cheo K by considering her a god. Before something happens here, and these people were caught, with the help of Seungjo, both of them managed to escape from here. Now why is Seungjo helping them? This mystery will also be revealed. Now, the scene is cut, and we are shown the Sam old lady, whom Taesang went to get information about Cheo K. She calls the police inspector and tells him that Hojai can't do that, all these are murders. Because Hojai is the real Taesang. After this, the scene shifts to the past, and we are shown Seungjo's past. It is seen that Lady Meda, who has a Najin virus within her, has adopted Seungjo. Seungjo doesn't know the truth about himself when he was young. One day, he went out of control and he murdered a maid. He stabbed his tentacles in her eyes and ate her brain. Lady Meda supported him and hid his crime. At the same time, he commanded everyone to not tell anyone about this. Since that day, Seungjo began to listen to everything what Lady Meda said. Taking advantage of this, Lady Meda and Kato also used to do experiments on him. From the words of Kato and Lady Meda, Seungjo realizes that he is not a special child Lady Meda adopted. Rather, he is an experiment of theirs. He has got a matured Najin virus from his mom. Because of this, he can also transform himself into a Najin monster. Even after knowing everything, he didn't reveal anything before Lady Meda for a long time, and acted in front of her as if he agrees to everything she says. And Lady Meda is her mom. The scene shifts into the present, and we see Seungjo having breakfast with Lady Meda. Lady Meda asks Seungjo about the meeting that he had with Taesang, but he didn't tell her anything. Then Lady Meda gives him an injection like a pen, which makes him a little nervous. Seungjo gets up from here to the Biotech Lab. He goes there and frees Jeonghyuk. He frees that monster who has still not learned to control himself. This boy goes to the subway station and murders many people. Soon this news spreads. After this, Seungjo comes to Cheo K and Taesang, and he confesses that he is the one who got this work done. He wanted to expose the evil deeds of Lady Meda and Kato. He wanted to take revenge for his mom. But this time, Cheo K doesn't believe his words. The inspector at the police station also knows that the man behind the murders was not Taesang but Taesang Institute. The inspector also remembers the meeting with the old lady who told him that Taesang is not behind these murders. And you stopped targeting Taesang. Didn't you remember how much Taesang helped you? He had saved your family too. After that, now she sends the inspector to find her grandson, who has been hired for a special experiment at the Biotech Lab. As soon as he was hired, he got 10,000 million yens in his account, after which she has no whereabouts of her grandson till today. In the present, now Taesang calls the inspector and informs him that his memory has returned. He also tells him that behind all the murders, the Taesang Institute is involved. In the institute, we are shown that the chairman put all the blame on Captain Kuroko, that he must have freed Jeongyuk. But Captain Kuroko says, I think Lady Meda is behind all this. Because she is after Taesang, and she must have used this trick to trap Taesang. Here Captain Kuroko tells him that Kato has given my Najin virus to save this company. If I had to kill Lady Meda or even Kato to save this company, I will not get back to this. The scene is cut and we are shown that Taesang is now coming to the station to meet Jeongyuk. Seungjo wanted to come, but Taesang forbade him. Before he could meet Jeongyuk, the entire team of Taesang Institute surrounded him. This time, the team of police is also with Taesang to catch him Jeongyuk from the subway station. The police have his arrest warrants, while Captain Kuroko brings a new warrant. This warrant came from the higher authority, according to which these people could have taken Jeongyuk away from here, because he was infected from a very dangerous virus. If he had stayed outside, then he could have harmed more people. The inspector cannot get Jeongyuk, after which the inspector leaves from here. Regardless of whether the Taesang was there. Captain Kuroko, after kidnapping Taesang, and injected something in his neck. When they did this at the subway, they also made the camera footage disappear. When they injected Taesang, instead of leaving him, he took him in his van somewhere. When Cheo K found out, she started following them. Detective Nu is chasing with Cheo K. Seungjo was also chasing them. When Captain Kuroko learned that many people were following him, then he sent his whole team, his all cars around to distract them. Cheo K chased the van, and the rest of them chased the other people. Seungjo tells Cheo K a past memory. He remembers when Taesang wanted to destroy the whole Taesang Lab. Seungjo was willing to support Taesang because understood him and gave him the love that no one had given him. Then when Taesang needed him the most, he was back because of Lady Meda. He is still regretful of this. Probably because of him, this lab is doing these evil deeds. He assures Cheo K that now he wants to destroy this lab. Cheo K asks, what happened that you didn't go to help Taesang? Then tells her that Lady Meda knew that I'm helping Taesang. Lady Meda had kidnapped me, and by injecting a solution inside me, she put my Najin to sleep for a day. My powers were over, so I couldn't help anyone at that time. Lady Meda, on the other side, got Taesang caught and then removed his Najin virus from inside. This was the reason that he had lost all memory, and now when all of his memories came back, it was because of the Najin virus. That Seungjo has returned to him. The scene comes to the present, where Seungjo is telling everything to Cheo K. But suddenly he crashes his car. in which he himself was there and Cheo K was there. Later, he injected the SAM solution into Cheo K's body too, which made her Najin virus sleep, and now anyone can kill Cheo K. On the other hand, we see that Captain Kuroko is now torturing Taesang. These scenes shift to the past, and we see Captain Kuroko's past. To fix his girlfriend, he was asking for only 3 mothers. Captain Kuroko wanted to inject Jeongyuk's mature brain Najin virus into your girlfriend's body, which makes her feel well and she can control her monster version. These scenes again shift to Cheo K and Seungjo, where it is revealed that Seungjo is still helping Lady Meda. Lady Meda actually wanted Taesang to kill Cheo K. So her ego could be consoled that Taesang killed his lover and he could get back to Lady Meda. Because this could not happen now, he retrieved his memory. So Seungjo was about to do this task. Before Seungjo kills Cheo K, Detective Nu comes and shoots Seungjo's eye. He was too injured and was to leave here. Then Lady Meda's people also arrive to kill her. What hurts him the most? That his mother, for whom he was taking so many risks, wanted him to be killed. We watch the fight between Captain Kuroko and Taesang. Taesang wants to escape from his clutches, and while fighting, Taesang wins. And he takes the injected solution from his hand that can put the Najin monster to sleep. Before he injects this injection into Captain Kuroko. Captain Kuroko gives him an idea. He tells him to keep this injection safe for Lady Meda. It will be useful for you. During this time, Captain Kuroko receives a call from someone, and he learns that Lady Meda has made Jeongyuk kidnapped, into which she injects Najin virus and lets it mature. He had to inject the SAM matured Najin virus into his girlfriend, but now he had no mature Najin. To fix your girlfriend. He goes to Lady Meda for a new deal now. The scenes are shifted to the flashback, where we are shown that as soon as Taesang lost his memory, Yonggil was begging Lady Meda for Taesang's life. He assures her that he'll never tell Taesang about his past. He would never let Taesang interfere in his work. In the present, Yonggil also regained consciousness. As soon as the inspector came to know about this, he immediately went to meet him. He wanted to record his statement, but he was kidnapped. He was kidnapped on the way. Later, when we were shown to the inspector after being kidnapped, he was in a cage. Not just him, Yonggil and Jeongyuk were also in the SAM cage. Lady Meda and Taesang are shown here. Lady Meda has set an experiment for Taesang there. On the side, it is shown that Captain Kuroko is busy bringing out the Najin monster inside Cheo K, so that he can use it for his purpose. Captain Kuroko had made a deal with Lady Meda. Lady Meda had given him the idea to take out the monster of Cheo K. After which Cheo K should die. Then Taesang comes to her. Before Taesang could kill his own friends, he remembers the injection that Captain Kuroko gave him. He quickly injects this injection into Lady Meda, and then tries to save his friends who were brought and thrown near the Najin monster. He fights the monster by using his intelligence. He brings out all 3 companions from this place. Now, the monster in front of him already knows that this is a hidden human inside him, who knew his pain and his feelings. He stands here to make him free. He controls his mind through his telekinesis powers. Seeing this, Lady Meda learns that her purpose is no longer fulfilled. She immediately throws nitrogen gas into this place. and makes the unconscious, due to which the monster faints. And Taesang gets enough time to save Cheo K. When the inspector and all of Taesang's companions got out of this place, then the inspector saw a man's watch and recognized that it was one of their men, who was actually with Jianxiang's institute. He was the one who helped Lady Meda in kidnapping the inspector. He understood that their intentions were very dangerous, immediately asks Detective Na to have warrants for the closure of the institute. These people investigate this place a lot, but in the end, they don't get anything from the lab that could help them to close this lab. In the end, the lab opens and the inspector gets very upset because he knew the truth. Well, it is shown that Seungja is with her mom, i.e. Lady Meda. He somewhere loves Lady Meda like his mother. But Lady Meda told him, "I never loved you. You were the son of Myongja. How could I love you? But I knew the virus inside Myongja has become very dangerous. Now the SAM virus was inside you and you had some extra abilities. So to use you, I've had kept you with me for so many years." After hearing all this truth, Seungja was completely broken. He obeyed Lady Meda's words throughout his whole life, as if he were her servant. But he did all this out of love. Now all his emotions were over. Then he stabbed Lady Meda and threw her into the container of the monster. Lady Meda died by burning due to acid coming out of the monster's body. After all this, we see Taesang, who is still trying to save Cheo K. He returned to the Biotech Lab to save Cheo K, where he saw that Cheo K had been put into the container, in which after inserting it from their body, the Najin virus comes out. He doesn't want the Najin virus to remove from her body, because if that happens, she will lose all of her memories. But he became unsuccessful. As soon as he reached there, the virus had gone out of her. She was a normal person. Also, she had lost all of her memories. The tank that Taesang broke and had tried to save Cheo K's life. Because of the breakdown of the tank, that Najin monster also died. Now, Captain Kuroko doesn't have any mature monster to fix his girlfriend. Mature Najin is not happy with his girlfriend. When Cheo K lost her memory, she could not recognize Taesang again. She is away from love once again. Taesang told the old lady to take care of Cheo K, whom we have seen this many times in the season. Cheo K leads a normal life and also goes to college, where Taesang comes to see her every day. Talking about Jianxiang Institute was still working secretly. Lady Meda had died, but now Seungjo was secretly running it. He was giving all the instructions to the chairman. These people now put a Najin virus inside lot of mineral water here. Later these bottles are shipped. With the mystery, how much will this virus spread? And how much damage will it cause? This season ends here.